Hi, I'm Ali and a warm welcome to Clear Skin and Wellbeing Kingship Skincare. So in today's video, we're going to do some really great gel and also jawline facial exercises to really help lift and tighten the lower part of the facial area. I've been a facialist for the last 8 years and I'm really passionate to help you on your skincare journey. So if you help follow these through, keep doing these, you will find an improvement on your lower part of your face. So first things first, you want to start off with clean skin, and I'm using a facial oil. Really important to use something for slipper glide so you're not compromising the skin by dragging or pulling. And of course I've got my nourishing facial oil here. I don't know if you can see this, let me show you close there. And this has 11 organic ingredients, but whatever you do apply to your skin is going to penetrate in even better and deeper when doing these exercises, these massage exercises. So you want something of really good quality if preferable and if possible. So just a couple of drops to the fingers, rub it in with the fingers, and just gently apply all along the part of the lower face and the jawline. What I love about my facial oil is also it's just got a very lovely light scent without being too overpowering as well. And then just by the side of the ears and just down by the side of the neck to the collarbone. So first of all, with the back of the hand, we're just going to do some gentle tapping to get blood flow and circulation to the area, starting from the chin, working our way out along the jawline towards the ears. Now again, we have plenty of lymph nodes here, so we're really going to be helping with a more defined, dare I say, beautiful jawline. And then just tapping on the chin area, all along the jawline towards the ears. Keeping the shoulders nice and relaxed and the face nice and relaxed. I'll come slightly closer so you can see better to what I'm doing. Not forgetting just above the lips as well. We always forget about those fine lines and wrinkles above the lips. So lower part of the face. And then from the collarbone all the way up the neck towards the jawline as well. So once we've done that, we're just going to come down and we're just going to place our hand on our shoulders and just go backwards a couple of times just to get the lymphatics going, and then forward a couple of times. And then just back once, just so we're resetting the shoulders into place so you're nice and straight and in alignment, so you're not hunching over. This way you're also getting more oxygen and air flow through, or if you like, you can breathe better and more correctly. Hence we then end up with more oxygen in the neck and the head area, which will also help with facial lines and wrinkles. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take our hand, flatter the hand for more surface area, and then from the collarbone we're just lifting in an upwards motion from the collarbone to up the neck towards the jawline. So we're going to be doing these facial massages in an upwards motion and then finishing off with the all-important lymphatic drainage release. So coming up nice and slow, nice and light. The skin on the neck is very fine and delicate. And because you've placed a facial oil onto your neck, or something very good, hopefully, you're not going to be dragging or pulling. Lifting up nice and lightly there. And then with our thumb placed under our chin, fingers above, into a hook, let's just massage all along above and below the cheek area. Starting from the chin and working our way slowly in an outwards motion. I always want to swallow when I'm doing this. I think it's because you're moving sort of toxins and waste within the lymph. So with these lymph nodes here, we're moving everything out. So you kind of always want to swallow. And then just glide along all the way to the ears. And then with our thumb placed under our chin, fingers still as a hook, we're lifting up, passing the mouth towards the nostrils and gliding under the cheekbone towards the ears here. This is a really nice, delicate, again, light massage. You don't want to be dragging or pulling. And it's a really good idea that when you're actually doing these exercises to be mindful of your face placement, if you like, so your expression. So making sure your face is nice and relaxed. But if you can also, with the corners of your mouth, just give them a slight lift up at the corners. This will lift everything up rather than drag anything down. And if you have those jowls, it's because sometimes you can just, if you're literally down in the mouth, you end up with these sort of pockets. But if you're lifting up, you're lifting everything in an upwards motion. So now with the fingers, we're now lifting up towards the nostrils, and we're going to just do this a few times. Now, where the nostrils are, we have some indentations either side, and these are really important acupressure points. And you tend to find if you have any smile lines, nasolabial folds, they all tend to start from here and come down. So you want to release tight tension in this area. So taking our fingers, just really gently massage either side of the nostril where those indentations are one way. Nice round circular motion, releasing any tight tension. And then the other way. Again, when you're doing this, you can take a couple of deep belly breaths also, in through the nose and out through the mouth, again to really help with oxygen and blood flow to the neck and the head area. And release, and then just glide under the cheekbone towards the ears. Right, so let's do a little bit of fascia work on that. First of all, the jowl area, and also where those jowls can be as well. So we're going to take our fingers and we're just going to make them in almost like a crisscross shape. We're starting from the chin, and you want to work fairly light in lots of different directions, releasing any tight fascia. And I'm working along the top of the jawline towards the ears. I'll do this a couple of times on each side. And on the other side again, fingers into a crisscross shape. All along the jawline towards the ears. If you want to do this in a mirror, you might find it slightly easier as well. And then we want to work from the jawline, working our way up past those jowls towards those nasolabial folds and those indentations by our nose. So again, we're taking our fingers, placing them, and we're just working in a crisscross motion all the way along those jowls towards the nostril. Again, we do this twice on each side. And on the other side. Now, you don't want to be dragging or pulling at the skin, so be quite mindful. And then with our fingers in a V shape, let's just glide from the jawline above and below the jawline, from the chin towards the ears, smoothing out anything, all those fine lines and wrinkles, without dragging and pulling too much. Now, I'm in my mid-50s, so you tend to lose collagen and elastin as you get older, so you don't want to be dragging and pulling. But if you are older, and or even if indeed you have slightly more sagging skin, you can always place your hand as an anchor and just very gently glide along, so you're not dragging or pulling and creating any more lines and wrinkles. And then you want to work up again under the cheekbone towards the ears. And then on the other side, under the chin, along the jawline, above and below the jawline, towards the ears. Now, I do have my skincare brand, so I will leave a link, and also have another YouTube channel called Kinship Skin. So I'll leave a link in that as well, which is all my beauty products, which are all vegan and very as natural as at all possible. And again, the facial serum that I'm using, the facial oil, does actually have 11 organic ingredients in it, so it makes the skin nice and soft without being too oily or too claggy. So now, taking our fingers, we're lifting up and across nice and lightly, messing up the hair whilst doing these exercises in the process. And what we're doing here, we're moving toxins and waste within the lymph And the lymph is very close to the surface of the skin, so if you're not moving the toxins and waste, it will actually end up sitting there, and it can end up with more you end up with more of a dull skin. But by moving the waste within the lymph, we're actually going to be helping for more glowing skin as well. And I like to work in a slightly upwards and outwards motion towards the ears. And then we're going to take our fingers, make them into a V shape again. And if you can place some fingers in front and behind the ear where we have plenty of lymph nodes, and just very gently glide down either side of the ear. So we've moved everything in an outwards motion, and then just come down the big SCM muscle here, down to the collarbone. Again, you may want to swallow. And then on the other side, taking our fingers into a V shape and just gliding down either side of the ear, down the big SCM muscle, down to the collarbone. And then from the chin all the way down where our collarbone is, just above, we have some indentations. And it's really important, and I always like to finish off with this because you're then releasing toxins and waste within the lymph. So taking our fingers just above, you can put your thumb underneath as well, and just give those a few gentle presses. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you want to keep coming back to this, feel free. But also, again, I do have my Kingship Skin YouTube channel if you'd like to check that out, where I have amazing products which are very light, great for anti-aging, and they don't drag on the skin, and they just got a very light scent. And again, they're vegan and as natural as possible. And if you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing for more content, liking and sharing if you know anybody else where you may find this useful. And please really comment down below. I'd love to know where you come from, and if there's any other facial massage exercises or face yoga or lymphatic drainage you'd love me to share with you. And I really look forward to seeing you in the next video. Okay, bye.